Wassail. So in a couple of days it's 02/02/2020, which is palindromic both here in the UK and in America, where we write the dates differently. It's exactly the same. This is a really magical gateway portal, but I want you to understand that even if you miss this portal on that day, the frequency of that portal remains. It becomes part of the timelines, just as portals that have happened in other years remain part of the timelines. And as you approach your frequency matching these portals so that you can pass through them, you get the ringing in your ears. One ear, two ears. And I did post a video a while back about how to integrate the ear ringing, and at the time I wasn't sure how successful it was, but I always trust what my guides say, and I no longer have ringing. I only get ringing now when there's very, very intermittently, when there's some new frequency coming down. I hear the ringing, I integrate the ringing through that exercise, figure of 8, spinning it around in all the molecules of my body, and the ringing goes. And then I'm able to take on board that download and work my way through it. So I'm here to talk to you about how to approach these energy portals and the timelines today. And I had this notion of jumping timelines during sleep in the astral world, and I wasn't sure how correct this would be and how easy or how difficult. And so I have a new guide who I'm calling Mr. Vedic Deva at the moment, and he's very good with the tarot cards. If I ask him a question, he literally throws out the correct card. So I asked him, is it possible to move frequency timelines during sleep? And he immediately brought out the card of the Time Master. So I'm thinking, yeah, it must be possible. So I was wanting to know how we do this, and it's almost like they're laughing at me for needing to ask, but I do have to ask sometimes for confirmation. So align your universe. This is to do with the 5D world that you have to create. So today I was thinking how every morning I sit down on my beach, and how I have to choose different seats, and I'd quite like to have a nice comfortable place to create a magical energy in. But I was thinking how often when I go down there it's dirty, or someone's weed or other things down there, so I have to select a different seat each day. And then I thought, I'm projecting that notion. So if I'm going to change frequencies overnight, then I have to start to integrate this idea that it's always clean. So your 5D creation of your sacred space, and then how you have your kind of philosophizing belief of what takes place, is to align your universe into a universe of love and beauty. Okay, so the more you see everything as beautiful, then the more it will become beautiful. And aligning your universe is obviously a frequency. Everything is a frequency. The Wi-Fi signal that you're using right now is a frequency. You might not be able to see it, but you believe it's there and you trust that it's there. This is the frequency to trust that there are divine interventions taking place. So, how do we move into this? How do you go to sleep at night and begin to create the right frequency to bring about these changes? You have to have a vision quest. Dreams are a vision quest. That's what they are. They're your chance to see things. But to do this, you have to set the intentions. You have to go to sleep at night and you have to say, this evening I need to receive a dream about, and then express what it is you want to see a dream about. Now, I use different crystals and I sleep with them. At the moment, my favourite is this wonderful Tollerite. that I'm using because it has one of the Elohim standing inside it. So these are frequencies, these are living frequencies, these crystals. So you just need to take your crystal, set the intention, tell the crystal, tell the guides, use your crystal, put it under your pillow and allow the dream to come through. So what is the energy that we're working with? When you're in the dream world, we're working with the energy of divine will. This is your higher self connecting with the divine will. Let go of fear. You have to believe, you have to let go of the fears that you have so that these things will take place quite naturally. And then you have to ask to go on an exploration. This is the head of the phoenix coming down from the divine will, and you have to imagine that everything you do is created within a space that you're entitled to be in. You create the space, okay? So that it's all perfectly acceptable. Sorry, it was just pausing slightly there. So, where are we going? In the dream world, into the hidden realms. I had to pause because there's someone wandering along and they're making a lot of noise with their feet. Hidden realms, but I like an interruption. Dreams get interrupted, everything gets interrupted. It's just other frequencies. And I often think when I'm delivering a message that you need to hear, something interrupts me to try and stop the message, and I'm not stopping anymore. So here we have hidden realms, create conscious awareness. There are gazillion made up wordish, but you know what it means. There's so many different realities. So when I started doing this, each night I set an intention. Each morning I wake up and I have adjusted my timeline ever so fractionally. Nothing's massively fast, nothing's rapid, nothing's like a sudden epiphany. And it's to do with gateways. There are, throughout history, throughout cultures, throughout religions, there are gateway portals. And we're approaching them when we do these things. So we're looking for a way to come through gateway portals. Now, the only way you can get through portals is you have to sacrifice something. You have to let go. This is 44. This is the master number of the fourth dimension. And actually, I wasn't going to sort of mention this, but now that this is coming through, I have to say it. So the fourth dimension is where dead ancestors go. It's people you know, people you've loved. It's where the dead reside while they wait around for you. And recently, during this process, my brother came to me in a dream to kind of tell me that I had to let go of not his memory. His memory will always be with me, but I need to let go of the memory of calling him my brother, because although he's dead and has been for over 30 years, his energy is still alive. And when I next see him, he might be my mother, he might be my brother, he might be a friend, he might be my lover. But the point is he's not just my brother. By keeping his energy as a memory of him as my brother is stopping me moving forwards through the gateways, because I'm holding on to the past here. So we have to change and sacrifice the way in which we think about people that have passed on that we love. We don't stop loving them, but we allow them a greater sense of freedom. So expansion, educate your mind and senses. That's what this is about. Pushing open portals inside the earth. These portals are energy portals. They're maintained through the matrix frequency of the earth, this emotional masculine grid that's going to be starting to become divine masculine grid. So we've got to push through, we've got to imagine the spaces. How are we doing that? Through affirmations. You have to affirm things. Nothing is fast. Even I think it is, and I'm really impatient, and the lesson is patience. You've got to be patient. Everything's taking place as it should, but I get impatient to move forwards quicker. So affirmations are to keep the focus and the frequency of the things that you wish to change. And each night I'm changing something else. And I know it's working because each morning, if I've left my phone on airplane mode, when I go to use my phone, it flashes on and off like it's not in the same timeline as me. So I have to turn it off and turn it back on. Now, I know, don't sleep with them on, but at the moment, I'm enjoying using that as the confirmation that I've hopped timelines in the morning. So meditation, improvements require persistence. I mean, you know, these are all obvious messages that are being sent, okay? So it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen because someone holds your hand. I'm telling you these things, and they may be true for me, but they might not be for you, because even though I'm giving you some advice to help you, you still have to find your own pathway through this. You have to find your own code. Here comes another disturbance. I'm obviously getting to a key point that really needs hearing. So this is circle. This is to complete your orb, to complete your frequency, to have cleaned out all the unnecessary parts of things that take place within you, and to find a new frequency code. I'll pause a second. It's all right, carry on. Oh, hello. I'll be with you in a minute. So you need to change this frequency. It's a friend of mine. You need to change your frequency, unlock the code so that you can slide through things, okay? When you unlock the codes, you then begin to see that you have found your flow. And this is the important part. We're reaching gateways. So at the moment, I've passed through what I keep calling the eye of the needle, but the gateways have a beginning gateway, and then they have a kind of vestibule, and then they have a second gateway that you come out from. And you need to flow through them all three. Through the first gate, through the vestibule, because you can be in that vestibule place for quite a long time trying to correct your frequency, and then you need to flow forwards. So how are you doing that? You have to find your own, this is the same as the codes, your own song, but it's not just that, it's about singing a tune at the gateway. So you open the first door of the gateway, gates of Ishtar, moving through. What do we get to? You meet the animal kingdom. Look, I keep going on about this. These gateway portals, they are guarded by animal spirits, and one of these spirits is going to meet you there. So I asked, what animal spirit am I waiting for? Hummingbird frequency. There's going to be a hummingbird, and this is because the current gateway I'm working on is the gate of Ishtar. The gate of Ishtar, goddess of love, is to do with the heart chakra. The hummingbird is the heart chakra. And when I get there, I have to sing in my dreams. Every night I ask, when will the hummingbird come? Please come and see me, hummingbird. Please let me through. And the hummingbird's not going to come till I've fixed all the frequencies in the vestibule that I need to change. But when the hummingbird comes, then I get to sing a love song from my heart, and it's my own tune. It's not a tune that you know already. It's not some song. It's your own tune. But while we're talking of songs, imagine you have songs that are your favourite songs, and you put on a playlist and it's lovely, but then suddenly within that playlist there's a song you don't like. That's because we're all different, we're all at different points in our progression, and we're all moving through at different speeds. So when I meet my hummingbird, I'm going to create a brand new song from my heart for the hummingbird to open the gateway and let me pass through, so that I can begin the next part of my spiritual journey to move on to something far greater. Anyway, hope this helps you. Wassail.